Good afternoon, Speed Gaming 2, and welcome to more of Week 7 of the Link to the Past Randomizer League Season 6. This is the Invitational League today, and we've got a last match for our two teams here today. We got Motte bashen with FaZe and Faker Jr. versus Team Hime with Ravis and Garmin. As I said, this is both teams' last match of the season. So going for some co-op Randomizer with starting boots. I'm Radical Sniper 99, joined today by Captain. We've got Nervendoig and Fishing Boo on the tracking. Hello, Captain.
Hello, Jesse. How are you?
I am doing great. So yeah, as I said, this is the last race for teams Motte bashen and Team Hime. Unfortunately, neither are going to be making the playoffs. On the plus side, what both teams do know is they're not getting relegated.
Yes, that's the important thing. I think, just knowing that you're just playing for fun today, there's going to be no pressure. Just go out there and do your thing. And just know this is still co-op Randomizer week, so both teachers will be sharing information while they go through the game.
So yeah, we've got those boots. We're going to go fast. We're going to try to not run into any terrible enemies. As you can see, though, that is really hard to do. But we do have a mirror and a flute already, so...
Well, that's nice. Well, good starting items so far.
3 bombs in the chest. That's not terrible by the uncle.
You see, usually one runner head through Kakariko here. Try to... Oh, nice hammer bonk box there. As usual, Chicken House being Chicken House, putting some enemies in there. Gets a few bombs for his trouble, but see if we can make it out this time. Yep, looks like the guards are away from the exit at least. Look at Lumberjack here, Raven Society. Did not see it. It's a red 20. Okay, you saw that one that time. We got early flute, early hammer, early mirror. Anyone want to go to Hera already? Let's go to Hera. Sounds like a great idea to me. Okay, we'll take it early hard container there in Lost Woods. Raven's fighting 8 bush crab there, dropping them red 20s. Closely guarded by that boulder, I'm not going to be able to grab some of them, but if we find an early powder there in Kakariko too, so Magic Bat will be on the table already, as both runners have the hammer and the powder already. It's one of those Kakariko checks you don't like to just come back to Kakariko for and knock it out while you're here. Yeah, Kermit heading up to the castle here. We got both members of Motte bashen kind of hanging out in Kakariko here. We got a cape. We got some blue mail, a little bit of safety there in the well.
Yeah, don't see either of our runners probably skipping that check at this rate. If there's one thing to know about this mode is that stuff hurts and you want to feel safe, so definitely gonna try to pick up a blue mail this early. And I gotta say, I'm always a big fan of that purple Yoshi on FaZe's screen.
Here's Faker Jr. headed toward Magic Bat. We're gonna see why we got the powder and the hammer so early. If it's anything useful.
Yeah, the only worry I have is that it's something and FaZe didn't pick up the magic at Uncle when he got the mirror. But going to the castle now, so we'll see if that changes anything. Gonna get knowledge really quick, and it's just money.
I mean, money's fine, I guess, but not really any direction.
I mean, I think we've got a good amount of direction here, Captain. Mountain is screaming.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, lots of checks we can do up on the mountain already.
Yeah, I mean, that's about a dozen, no, about 10 items, let's be real. And yeah, I didn't realize it, but that chicken hut was really quite kind.
Okay, Kermit taking the South Shore route here. FaZe going through the front of Escape there.
And Faker Jr. gonna go for this old man rescue. Hey, there's a red cane in the front of Escape for FaZe. Good information coming for Team Motte bashen here. And Faker gets through the old man rescue and no real trouble by the looks of it. Health situation really, really nice.
Yeah.
Gonna get that full magic as well. Gonna be really happy with that.
That's a bow on Spectre. So that's nice ride there for Ravis. Get a very quick look at the Dark World dungeons there. Did not see it.
Yeah, Ravis skipping the old man rescue, so was able to pull a little bit ahead of Faker Jr. here. Meanwhile, Kermit's been just cleaning up South Shore. Got a little bit longer of a map check. I saw Green Pendant Skull and Pendant TR.
Okay. I was gonna say we got that cane then, huh? All right, cool.
I mean, we need it then for Meyer.
Yeah, I guess, but yes.
I mean, if I said that TR was a crystal and Meyer was a pendant, we could just meme about hovering all day, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So instead, we can't hover. So Ravis is climbing Hera right now. Faker Jr. is only doing that lobby at the moment. There's a decent chance that Ravis is going to be able to kill the boss here. We'll see if Ravis goes for it. And yeah, Ravis is going to go for this bomb jump.
Yeah, it's pretty scary with that Wizrobe there. But,
Wizrobe's fine. I always more concerned. I know we have a vanilla moon girl, folks.
Oh, cool. Well, there's your... That's why we got such early mountain access. There you go.
Yep. Zora Ledge, nothing over on Kermit's side. We did get that Quake Medallion, of course, out of Mini Moldorm Cave on Kermit's side first, but then FaZe just now. Faker is going to continue, and That is a cold stare at the top of Tower of Hera. We are fire locked there, but we did we get both items out of there?
I want to say we maybe. I know we got at least a mood pearl, so maybe we did. Oh, yep.
Yeah, hello.
Normally you do find Lionels on the mountain, but usually they're in the dark world, not the light world.
And usually we have at least a few swords by then.
Yeah. There's our lamp. And a sword.
But Faker's going to need to get back up to Hera. You know what the scarier part is here, Captain?
What's that?
We have Aga.
Yeah. Yes, we do. Cape, sword, lamp, moon pearl, sure. Yep. Kermit's making his way up to Hera.
These red cards are just rude. And that's the worry here for Motte bashen is just, Faker Jr. skipping out on that play has kind of got him stuck waiting. And unfortunately for FaZe, it looks like we got damaged and had a screen wrap. So gonna have to wait a little bit to save and quit. There we go. Real unfortunate.
We do have some Eastern access though too, with that bow.
Bow
I know.
Lamp, yeah, this is good play.
Technically, you don't need the bow to get the back of Eastern and Randomizer, but it is still technically bow locked. So, but yeah, take a look here at Eastern, see what we can get. Maybe it's just vanilla. Maybe it's just vanilla armor size, so we can just knock it out all in one go. Or it's Trinex and we feel sad.
Your optimism is appreciated, Captain.
Yeah. Oh, nice hack magic though. Always love to see hack magic in a scene like this because
it is definitely one of the best items in this mode.
Magic is always a concern in this mode for sure.
And unfortunately, FaZe also skipping out on Hera. I'm hoping that FaZe goes back, but I think part of the issue is, it was pendant Hera.
I mean, they're gonna get filtered back to it soon, but yeah, it's unfortunate that they're just skipping out on it altogether right now.
Yeah, and I mean, it looks like this is gonna be an Aga seed.
There's some compass. We got moth. Okay, that's not too bad. You're gonna see some Motte bashen here.
I will warn. We've got a back of Eastern still to do, and you want to know what's a scary area of this game? Back of Eastern.
Two.
Yeah, it looks like Cross Staves in chat right about that. It looks like that was a play for the fire, so appears to be heading back now. So I don't think we needed the fire, so the safety works out, or the safety was a good idea, just not necessary today. There's our vanilla big key in Eastern Palace. I'm still surprised that Faker didn't just climb. Pendant Hera is not really or didn't do Hera in that position.
You see, said it's a cold stare and be like, well, guess we're not beating this yet, but So it might be a 50-50 on the item on the boss or in the basement. So if it's in the basement, that's fine. But see a bunch of enemies that you don't like to see in the back of these. It's not too bad, I guess, but some of those enemies. All right.
Yeah. Got through it, but you know, that is a very scary dungeon for the back, so
Bashen the moth. Bashen the moth. There we go. Alright. Faker Jr. gets crystal number 1 of the sea, gets a heart container for its trouble.
and what do we have left?
Aga.
And it looks like that's where FaZe is going. FaZe, we do have one issue. Do you have your cape?
Oh, there's the glove on Desert Ledge, too. Oh, no.
Oh, that we do have a cape. Okay.
Okay. Well, this is the book at Agina. That's pretty trolly, but yeah.
Well, Kermit and FaZe both deciding to go into Aga, so... But no, Agina is not the answer, so... At this point, Motte bashen just a little bit ahead. Although, Faker does have to go back up the mountain to get that pearl. So, actually, Hime might be a little bit better off heading into Aga Tower.
Yep, you got Pod right after. That's about it.
And I think that's a divergence point, is like, I think first person goes straight to Pod. I think the second runner probably goes South Dark Worlds. And you could even split that up. Like, if you're Motte bashen here, I think you could have FaZe go for the South play and do all of that before Faker gets into Dark World. Whereas if I'm Hime, actually, even Hime might be in the same spot here, as like Ravis isn't that far ahead of Faker Jr. heading to Aga. Oh wait, never mind. I mean, Ravis is going to clean up as well with the Agina check, so... Like, I think it's reasonable to say FaZe and Kermit could go to the South Dark World checks, and then just everybody converges on Pod. And Kermit Town is just a bit better of an Aga Tower.
Yeah, Kermit's making pretty short work of this. Art has pulled ahead of FaZe, actually.
Yeah. And yeah, Faker Jr. and Ravis both just going to get that Cane of Samaria before heading into Aga. And honestly, I think there's... Yep, I love this play from Ravis and Faker Jr. saying, you guys, like, teammate, you did Zelda Cell, thank you. I'm going to steal this key and see if we can get something out of it.
That's a really good idea from both owners. Both
Yep.
teams having the same idea. That's just nothing useful in Zelda, so just go ahead and steal the key. Just see if there's anything useful in the back here. Like if we could just find like a book over in Pod to get that glove in Desert, or yeah. I really like this play for both teams.
And here we go, back of escape. What do we have? The small key, of course. 10 arrows and 10 arrows. So, nope. Clever play from both teams, but it's not going to give anything additional.
Pyramid having just 3 bombs today, so yeah. See where Kermit decides to go next. See if he's going to head south, right at the pod. Looks like he's headed south. Yeah.
Okay, there's the south. I was going to say, there was a chance, like, you have to go that way to get to pod anyway. That is technically the fastest way.
Mm-hmm.
And it looks like FaZe is going to do the same. And I think the really big piece here is just the knowing that, like, there's still a lot of bosses we cannot fight.
Yeah. Nice ether medallion. It's good for some of those large kill rooms that you find like a lot of gibdos in. You can just use that ether to just take about one quick cast of ether. We are gonna get the K45 Stumpy Dick Game check here first, and if it's not here, just save it, quit, and head back to the pyramid and right back in the pod. So
yep. No, I like it. Well, there's that book for Kermit.
Oh. Well, well, that changes things.
Just a bit. Folks, we can get a glove. And that is a very happy find for both teams.
You're gonna see him do digging game here. You're probably gonna even maybe see him go check a Bombos tablet here, maybe then right in the desert. I would think.
It's a long way around, but yeah, it looks like Kermit might be going for that play. Oh, Kermit had saved the Stumpy check, so kind of had a route redone after finding that book.
I mean, I think after Baker Jr. and Ravens finishes up here, you're probably gonna see them in pod next, and I would think because the other two are on a clear route here to get that glove off the desert ledge. So
the glove doesn't help much for pods, so there's definitely a good reason for them to kind of bail on this glove for a moment. And Bombos tablet not required.
Okay.
And the Igor saying, I don't care if you like dash lines. Have fun going around me. Vanilla Big Key in Desert here.
Oh, hey, there we go. Nice shovel.
So you couldn't even pair that with Stumpy.
Nope.
Nope.
And okay, it looks like maybe going after the compass here. Yeah, compass in the big chest to find out it's a boss we can't beat because it's Argus. So, but hey, the gloves on the ledge. We can go get that.
Yeah, and we do see the pod play coming from Faker Jr. I'm really a fan of this, given the fact that we just found out we can't even beat Desert. Like, that's, you know, post rationalization of that one, but I still think this was a smart play to begin with. Like, that glove doesn't change the fact that pod is a really good play.
Yeah. It's potentially clearable with the glove and the hammer, or the bow and the hammer, so.
Yeah.
Ravis says, I want the glove. Give me the glove.
And we dug up a bug net. Okay.
Oh, Faker Jr. going for the hover here.
Really close.
Yeah, gave him one shot. So.
Oh, nice chomp there in the Stalfos basement.
Okay, phase first one into Village Ballcast here. Don't see him going into Skull Woods just yet. Probably gonna head back south, I would think.
I don't hate a check of the items here. See if you can get them. The thing is that with the fact that so many bosses in this, like, we just don't have Fire or Hook or Ice Rod. So, like, we know the bosses that are unkillable right now. So being able to check these spots just to see if maybe it grants you Thieves Town clearability, plus it's Pendant Skull. There's a decent chance here we don't even need to beat Skull Woods.
Yeah, that's fair.
And yeah, I think what makes this pod play really good for Motte bashen is actually the fact that Faker Jr. has already defeated Eastern. Oh, of course, there's a spike on a bridge. Who would have ever guessed that an Randomizer there'd be a spike on a bridge? You've never seen that, right, Captain?
I've never seen that in my life. Maybe once or a billion times. Well, look, Kermit's checking Zora here. This is a new check. Just a hard container, though. And Harmless Heckway is kind of harmful today. There's the other glove, though.
Okay. Yeah, the big thing about co-op is you don't play this necessarily as the most straightforward of modes. Like, a big piece of co-op is trying to maximize the overall checks done. So, you know, leaving less loose ends, especially with something like Skull Woods there, makes a lot of sense.
Kermit heading to pod. You got Ravis in village now.
But yeah, if there was any doubt that this was an Agaseed, there you go. There's full confirmation between that glove in Palace of Darkness and the book in K45.
Oh,
and hey, there's
nice.
our Fire Rod.
Okay, and the Ice Rod in C-shaped house.
Okay. Wow. Besides, a hook shot, we're doing pretty good. We do need a hook shot for sure.
We sure do, yes, because of the Argus and Desert. So yeah. Okay. We will need to find flippers also for Swamp. But yeah, other than that, yeah, we're looking pretty good here.
Oh no, Kermit in a bit of a bad spot here. Kermit, no money for pod.
Yeah, it's a good play to go into Eastern here. You have that rupee room where you can get some money. And hopefully the teammate communicates, hey, there's so much money in this chest here, but I don't think there was. Yeah, you see him grabbing those 2 blue pots there for 5 each. So, yeah, he should be okay here, I think.
And we've got that Moldorm here in Palace of Darkness, so that is going to be a second dungeon for Faker Jr. here.
Quick, easy kill. Of course, the compass on the boss, because yay. But thankfully, we got to beat the boss at least in one go.
Yeah, so if anybody has not been paying attention to these co-op matches, FaZe and Faker Jr. are in a voice call together. Ravis and Kermit are in a voice call together. They're able to tell each other what they're finding, what they're doing, plan out routes and stuff like that together. The goal here is to finish in the fastest average time. It's not like the first team to finish. It is average time, so.
Mm-hmm. Nice land malls here in Desert and Thieves Town, so not too bad of a boss here.
And Ravis is heading to Skullwoods now, so Ravis is gonna get those checks done, but could go for that green pendant if so desired.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, I'm kind of surprised that FaZe did not do the rest of Vu first, because that ice rod could have been really important.
Yeah, there was a try next to Thieves Town, yeah, for sure. There's our other safety item there at Waterfall Ferry.
Yeah, Faker Jr. going to use those flippers we got out of pod to get through the flipper checks real quick.
Mm-hmm.
Because unfortunately, FaZe did have that damage during the water checks and lost the water or the fake flipper stuff. So
Yeah, I didn't even see him pick up the flippers. Yeah, that's pretty nice find too. We are gonna need that hook shot for Swamp. And this is a ether moment, yeah. For Kermit there. Yep, good call. You can just smash up.
I would say get out the hammer with them frozen.
Yeah.
Once they're in that frozen state, you can just take out that hammer and it will just squish them. So like this use of the sword, unfortunately, a little bit slow.
Kermit does have the pod money now since he did hit that basement or that rupee room in Eastern, so gonna be good to go. Be able to get those mitts and flippers.
And real heads up play here for Faker Jr. I was about to say, why are we heading into these checks before the mitts? But no, this is going to be the fire rod coming for Faker Jr. and ice rod. So Faker Jr. is waiting to do desert for the mitts until having a fire rod so can take out. Oh wait, no, still can't take out the boss because it's Argus. Who am I kidding?
Right.
Interesting. I mean, on that question of killing that Igor in Eastern, I'm surprised Kermit just didn't pull out the bow. And we have Armos in the back of Skull. Unfortunately, we do not have a helicopter today, folks. I'm sorry.
There's not enough helicopters in these seas. I don't think I've seen one.
I did a practice the other night with one, and I felt so, you know, I felt great knowing we had one.
Yo.
But down goes Armos, and there's our second item with that heart container.
See if that green pendant wants to turn into anything. Yeah, Raven's probably gonna head the pod next. Check that green pendant. Might even check pet here. Yeah, why not?
I mean, no reason not to.
And it is just 3 bombs.
I mean, it could have been Hook. We could have had access. We pretty much have access to TR at this point from our standpoint, but no Hook.
No, just take phase. Just get out the cape. Come on. it's an easy fix. There you go. Okay, Faker Jr. is in the desert here. Gonna get the mitts.
I will say the one unfortunate piece here, I just realized, FaZe never picked up half magic.
I mean, has he been back to Eastern yet? I mean, he's probably gonna do Eastern next, right?
Probably.
I would think.
That and FaZe is on 5 hearts. Everybody else is a lot healthier.
Faker Jr. first one in the Meyer area.
No. FaZe taking that death and the harmless hell away. Definitely not harmless today. Okay,
It's like
Meyer
Quake
shed.
for Meyer. Looks like it was Quake for Meyer, so we could do that. Pendy and Argus in the back.
Well, we've already got one Argus, so decent enough chance we're safe.
Checkerboard cave. Check. Just 20 rupees. And Kermit having some issues in Harmless Heckway there. And FaZe is like, I'm just going to use the cape here.
Yep.
That's good. Still taking a couple spikes to the face there, though. Yeah, you do have to go to the Dark Maze here to get that big key.
Yeah, Yeah, and Faye's really trying to avoid the extra trip down the right side, it looks like. And Green Pendant is also nothing. Faker Jr. going to head into Ice Palace. I really think this is a good idea right now. I mean, another dungeon we should be able to beat. And there's the Death Warp. So right now, Motte bashen a little bit ahead in some regards. Both runners on that team having those mitts. Although we are tied up in the crystal department at the moment.
That little shadow enemy's not in a really good spot there, Rob. Kind of stuck in there.
No, that enemy is a real jerk, and we have another enemy in this room. There he is. I was like, there's a jazz hands in here somewhere.
Yeah. Does not activate till you walk by it, so yeah.
And this is the hardest part of this mode. You know, you're seeing it on Kermit's side right now. You know, this... Let me just call it what it is. Like, you know, this is invitational level and, you know, great runners across the board in this race. And I'm sorry, Randomizer just messes you up.
Speaking of messing up, there's the red eye guards, which you need the bow to kill, so... And there's two of them in this room.
Well, and the other thing I'll point out in this, the one thing a lot of people don't realize is super scary about these rooms in Ice is the presence of wall masters. Ice Palace is, oh my gosh, that was, oh.
All right.
So yeah, muscle memory in Ice Palace, you know, you hit the peg, you lift the rock, and immediately you're like, I'm gonna, you know, go for this. Wall masters in Ice, definitely one of those things that can throw people off because you just happen to get, you know, you mess that up. And unfortunately, it misses the bomb jump there on Faker's side.
I don't think he's picked up the big key. I think the big key's in iced tea at this point.
Yeah. Which means, have we seen small key? Were small keys all right side? Or were they a mix?
Don't remember.
Okay, fair enough. Then we are very likely hook locked here. And yeah, phase into Eastern, so...
Yep. Not even going to pick up the half magic either. That was in the first chest.
Curious, because we haven't even seen a bottle yet. Like, in a mode where it's very easy to kind of get just so off norm, like, I would want to pick up some kind of safety like that, especially without any.
See what's in the big chest here. It is just... Okay, that's the third item, heart container, so...
The big thing here for Faker is going to be going to get that Quake medallion at this rate. because it's looking more and more like the play is to get into Misery Mire. Meanwhile, it looks like Kermit's actually making a play for Back of Thieves. Like, this might be a cleanup of the Back of Thieves town. Never mind, going right into the boss. I am...
Okay.
I'm not totally surprised. I thought we might have seen more at this rate. Because this boss kill doesn't add a lot.
Right.
And we're seeing a very careful Vidi fight here. But through the small eyes, just the big one left.
Oh, FaZe! No! No, that's the accidental mirror from FaZe. Oh no.
Yeah, we got the unfortunate tactical mirror. And here we go with hammer pegs over on Kermit's side. So, gonna get a little bit of info. I do like this play. And the fact that it is more info. I just kind of wish we were gonna rush Mire. And maybe that's gonna be Ravis's play next, since he's already done the village.
Mm-hmm.
Our friend under the bridge, I believe you have now lovingly referred to him as George.
Yeah, this George, yes.
George, okay. George has nothing for us today, though. Just a piece of heart.
I'm trying to make that a thing. His name is George.
Okay. Ravis, meanwhile, is going to follow into the Ice Palace play that we saw from Faker Jr. And we're going to get the one thing we got out of Ice Palace was that mushroom. We're going to see if it's anything.
All right. Nope. You have 2 arrows. Take them. They're right there.
I mean, Faker Jr. is low on arrows. That would have been a good play.
Yeah. Okay. Let's see if... Well, maybe Kermit might be going into Mire here. You know,
there's definitely a reason for Kermit to do it.
Yeah, Ravis is a nice balance here. Not going to fight too much, so... As we get some more Motte bashen here on FaZe's side.
Just having to play it a little bit extra safe. Any damage from Moth here is death. As FaZe was on 1 heart. Oh my gosh, that was scary. But does get a heart container. Woo!
Oh my God.
And looks like there's definitely some effort here on Motte bashen's side. There's some forgetting, it looks like, of where the where something was. Unless I missed something in Hype Cave, like, yeah, there it is. Faker Jr. needs the Quake medallion.
Okay.
Definitely one of those late re-pickups. Unless there was also Ether in Hype.
I believe Ether was in Hype Cave, yeah. So it could have been like a miscommunication, like, you need to go get your Quake out of Hype Cave. Oh, that's Ether. Whoops.
And yeah, FaZe is going to be the one to take on the Mire play here. Faker Jr. is going to at least head into, I guess this is going to be a Thieves Town clear. Potentially, we see that Back of Thieves finally. And yeah. The front of Meyer, every runner's favorite screen.
Nice.
It's funny because Meyer 2 is always such an interesting screen, and in this mode, it's a lot less interesting, although this is not fun.
Guards everywhere, just...
And this is why, folks, why we should have picked up Half Magic.
Yep. Well, Faker Jr. really committing to not picking up any more arrows here. He doesn't have any now. So,
Yeah, and I'm in agreement. I mean, when Faker got done with Ice Palace, that was luck fairy time.
yeah, for sure. Oh, there you go. He gets the arrows on the Smith. There you go. That's the reason. There we go.
Map on the Meyer Bridge. Kermit also here in Meyer. So we've got two runners in Meyer, Ravis and Ice, and unfortunately, that is a death for Kermit. Definitely not intentional.
You don't have the hook shot across. You gotta bonk across in that room. It's not fun. Oh. FaZe unfortunately missing the switch. Kind of low on health and magic. Boy, if you only had half magic.
Yeah, and we are still on Fighter Sword, so these enemies, oh my gosh.
Oh, there it
Both
is.
runners taking that early Meyer death. Unfortunate.
Where's their bottles at, Jesse? Where are the bottles?
Bottle percent GT. Or TR.
Oh my goodness.
Meanwhile, we're talking about how much like FaZe is just in terrible shape for health. Ravis on to 11 hearts.
Pikachu making the Dark Death Mountain play. It is also quick for TR, so
Yeah, we'll probably see a check of Super Bunny and Bonk Shot.
I mean, Faker Jr. has demonstrated hovering could be an option here, but
I mean, that's really just for a sword, though, is the thing.
yeah.
Like, we are in search of go mode for that hook. And of course we need an extra sword, but like, in terms of finding the item we need the most is hook. And I could see a skipping of Hookshot Cave here.
True. Hey, a sword. Sword in the cutscene chest of Meyer. That's great.
Yeah, not fun, but... And once again, here we go. Dangerous living for FaZe. And there's that fairy upgrade on Ravis' side.
We are gonna get the hover hook shot cave here.
Really strong hookshot cave from Faker Jr. Taking a lot of precautions on on those rooms to make sure to get all of those items.
Faye's taking it a little easy here with the cutscene chest here.
Yeah, I mean, both Kermit and FaZe have been just having a brutal time in Misery Mire. We also find out that Ether Tablet's not required. And unfortunately, Faker Jr. went the wrong way around the TR torches. The most dangerous trap in this game is forgetting you do not have hookshot.
Ravis about to trying to lift this rock. Just won't let him.
But double small keys on the right side.
You got a bottle, folks. There was a bottle in TR.
Oh my gosh.
We already got people in chat calling out for Sick Kid has no shot. Nope, there it is. There is official go mode for Motte, bashen, Faker Jr.
Yep, Faker Jr. is going to have to get that sword out of Misery Mire. Or I would say should get that sword out of Misery Mire, even if it's not... Like, even if there's a sword in Swamp Palace, I am picking up an extra sword. I'm hoping for Tempered somewhere, because we have not seen... we haven't seen Trinex yet, folks. And I know what chat's all hoping for today.
Yeah.
Yeah, we know you, chat. And unfortunately, yeah, I missed that. But I do see that in chat pointed out that we were Quakeless from Ravis's side. And unfortunately, I have to say the big piece there is, like, Kermit going into Mire, which we knew was Quake locked. Like, I'm surprised Ravis did not go for that Quake sooner.
Really taking his time here. Using the cape when Helma does the fireball attack, so maybe it's going back in for no, I say why would you go back into Hera? FaZe does take down Helma here and Mire as well.
Yeah, that's 4 crystals for FaZe, 3 crystals for Faker Jr., 3 crystals for Kermit, and 4 crystals for Ravis. So we're tied up on the crystal count now.
Yep, and Ravis about to get the information about the hookshot and TR, which would be the go mode for them. Ravis remembering, I don't have the hookshot, I can't go the easy way. Good job.
Is this half magic for FaZe?
It might be. Yeah, I think it is. No. That could have been a miscommunication error.
That's I'm guessing that might be the case. You feel bad about this.
Yeah. Like Faker Jr.'s like, well, you don't have half magic? I did. Where was it at? In front of Eastern? Oh man. Also, the good news about this TR play here, that bottle was in the front of TR. It has blue goo in it. Everyone's going to be able to get that, at least.
And there is half
like
magic for FaZe.
Yeah, ideally, you'd like to have
bad.
like a couple bottles going into GT. So at least you're going to get one. What is... Oh, okay. It's like, what is Faker Jr. doing there? He's waiting for the anti-fairy. Let's refill his health.
I will say, taking a look at what our situation is, so if you look at the crystal sword kind of arrangement here, Ravis is in go, minus the sword, but has the hook, and is at 4 crystals. FaZe is also a 4 crystal runner right now, has the sword, but the no hook. So if you look at them as about even, then you look at the bottom and you see, okay, Kermit's got 4 crystals, dropping it on 5, and Faker's on 3, getting 4. So right now, it looks like I'll say that Hime has a bit of an advantage. Although, FaZe and Kermit will both have their hook, with Kermit still having to go up the mountain just for hook shot. So going to be hard to say for sure that that's the case. So yeah, as you were saying, that bottle with blue goo, FaZe is picking it up. No reason to skip this.
Yeah. Fortunately, you do have to do this right side for a small key. Get to the hook shot.
You can just get one in bail, though.
Yeah.
FaZe remembering the all-important lack of the hook shot that we're about to get.
Ooh, I don't know. Diver down's an option here with that. Well, you have to get rid of the anti-fairy, I think.
I was going to say, just get rid of the anti-fairy. You've got powder.
Yeah. There you go.
We're going to check the chest. There's another sword in the back of Swamp Palace. Folks, we will have tempered for the end of this run.
Thank goodness. That's such a convenient place for that sword, too.
That's right, folks. There's always a sword in Swamp Palace. I've heard it. Actually, getting both keys in right side might have made more sense because it might have been easier than dealing with the pokey enemy key.
True.
Okay, so that is the hook shot for FaZe. That is go mode for FaZe at 4 crystals.
Kermit
Kermit's 5 crystals, no hook shot. Ravis, 4 crystals, about to get number 5. And Faker Jr. about to get number 5 as well.
Another bottle.
And yes, the question in chat, do you get that sword in cutscene if you're Ravis? Yes, you do.
Yeah. I know it's out of the way, but yeah, if you know where a sword is, yeah, you just go ahead and grab it.
Randomizer is rude, and Tempered Sword is amazing.
Yeah, plus, we have not seen a Tridex, and do you want to fight Ice Tridex without a Tempered?
I don't even want to without a butter sometimes, so... I'll be honest, was running a practice earlier this week with one of my teammates, and I found a sword on Catfish. And we were discussing it. It was like I had Tempered with that, and he was still on Master, and it was, you know, should we go get it? We're like, yeah, go get it. It's worth their time.
Yeah. But it's Catfish.
It's Catfish, but you need a sword. Like, Tempered Sword just makes life better in this mode. GT Climb is underrated hard, difficult in this mode sometimes.
But it's Catfish. That's my argument.
And that's the thing, like, what I will point out is, if you've been watching this race really closely today, like, the runners have been doing a great job, but it's just been a slog with Fighter, and even Master Sword is still rough.
Mm-hmm.
Trust me, like, I can't speak for all Invitational runners, but I think if you did a poll of Invitational runners on, like, do you get a sword, even if it's a little out of the way at Catfish or Meyer Cutscene, you're gonna hear from the mass group of 96 runners that yes, I would get a sword.
Yeah. You see, Ravis is gonna go after that sword for sure. But yeah, I very much agree with that.
And very quickly, I just realized Faker Jr. crystal number 6 out of Thieves Town. That mire is a very slow dungeon, unfortunately. So Crystal 5 coming for FaZe, Crystal 6 for Faker Jr. right now. Kermit heading into crystal number 6 as well, with Ravis currently working on their crystal number 6. With only Desert left.
Yeah, FaZe still has to go back to Ice Palace. Baker Jr. into crystal number 7 as well. And I also love that first room of swamp. Just there's none of the water enemies. It's just open.
Gotta say, I appreciate the attempt at the spooky action from Ravis. Unfortunately, Patrick wasn't helping.
Yeah.
So FaZe down to Ice and Desert. Kermit just has Swamp and Desert. Ravis has Mire and Desert. and Myers almost done, and then Faker Jr. on to just this swamp play. So it's a close one. This could come down to how nasty GT is. Yeah, folks, it's a new trick, this the Specky clip. Oh, really smooth diver down from Faker Jr. To anybody who is learning the trick and is curious why there's people missing it and what needs to be done, you need to go all the way left to that rail. If you do not go against the rail and do a smooth movement over to the right into the bomb blast, what happens is then you start getting into subpixel regions, and the subpixel will mess up that bomb push into the rail for Specky clip. No, smooth is better because if you stop and start the movement, that can mess up your subpixels as well.
Faker Jr. on the 7 crystals already. Gonna be the first one in the GT, looks like.
Yep, that's the 7th crystal for Faker Jr. Gonna be a little bit ahead of Ravis here.
Okay. Now, normally we can still play the GT picky guessing game here, but I also like to play a little bonus game. What kind of bosses we gonna see in GT?
Unfortunately, GT is very who haven't we seen?
Trinex?
Yeah. For having an ice rod whole seat, how have we not seen Trinex?
Nice. Exactly. Yeah, I think we've literally seen every other boss. We haven't seen Blind either, actually, now that I think about it. We have not seen Blind.
Well, and Blind is very limited in terms of a GT climb. I believe Blind cannot be in Land Mode 2. And cannot be at Moldorm 2. Could be on Ice Armos. Yeah. And could be in Turtle Rock. But Ravis also going to head up the mountain. We've got a simultaneous climbs here. Meanwhile, Kermit a little bit ahead of... Yeah, Kermit's ahead of FaZe. Into his last crystal. Meanwhile, FaZe is still working on crystal 6 here. Able to make shorter work of the Vidi here, having Tempered Sword. But still going to be a bit down on Kermit at this rate. I will say, the amount of time Faker Jr. has ahead of FaZe here, like, we could see high number checks from Faker Jr. And even Ravis could do a lot of checks before Kermit gets up the mountain.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I know usually it's very rare to see 20 checks from one player in the GT basement. This is kind of the scenario where it's possible. There's our first small key on the torch.
FaZe finally into that last crystal dungeon desert.
Just as Kermit gets his final crystal.
Yeah, Faker Jr. is the first one to finish, but Team Hime were to finish 2nd and 3rd. They could technically win this race still with a better average time of.
That's what I'm looking at right now is, you know, when we start talking about average times, you know, it comes down to, especially in this 1-4-2-3 scenario, is how much time does first place put between themselves and second. And right now, the amount behind Ravis is, I don't feel is enough. Like, I think we're talking, depending on how this GT basement is,
God,
you know, oh my gosh, this room is just rude.
Wow. That's our first copy we've seen.
When there's a, you know, they don't know it, but like if I'm the first player, so if I'm Faker Jr., my goal is to give as much cushion as I can. And it's gonna make a big difference here, and like unfortunately, I just don't know if it's enough. That or FaZe is gonna have to start making up time on Kermit. And we still haven't found this big key, folks. We're continuing.
Nope. We are one check away from seeing what's at the ice boss.
And folks, if you haven't seen Ice Trinex and wonder why we keep hyping it up as one of the scariest bosses in all of Randomizer, you might get to see one tonight. Today. This time. Oh, and there's Lionel's in this room.
That's a good sign. Look at that Hinox there. Right. Okay. And
really heads up. Too. And there's the Ice Trinex. Oh no.
Yep. Okay, got one of them down. Okay, yeah, we got that blue potion. Oh, so bad. That's kind of the strat. You just kind of have to face take some shots here. Using the cane to try to get through it. Oh. Yeah, these heads like to move around here, and it's hard to hit them sometimes. And is that it? Yeah.
Really, really strong fight there from Faker Jr. to get through that. And it wasn't on right side. This might be a required Ice Trinex. That or it's tile room.
Is tile room, yeah. No, that's required.
It's vanilla.
It's vanilla, yeah. Alright. Ravis also.
And meanwhile, Kermit is doing the Kermit's doing tile room.
Yeah. Honestly, we've done all the other checks here besides this and Ice Trinex, so. But Ravis doing a really nice job trying to stay alive. Oh no!
Oh no! And like I said, folks, this is what makes this mode so dangerous, and that boss specifically, it is a brutal fight.
I am very worried for FaZe right now on 6 hearts. So
yeah, no, I get that.
Yeah,
I will say, like, it's tough for Hime, that death from Ravis, because now they both know you need to go kill Ice Trinex. But FaZe being 6 hearts blue mail, and having to go through this fight is just, I don't have words. Yeah. Like, and the big thing is Faker Jr. is gonna be able to start building time. Like we were saying, Faker Jr. is gonna need an edge if this is a 1-4-2-3 scenario. Well, here it is. And yes, XCog, I agree. Always be kind to your partner in this mode. Give as much health as possible. Call out those containers, folks.
That was close. He almost got grabbed by the wall master there.
Okay, and here we go. FaZe versus Ice Trinex. Ravis coming in to his repeat. Oh my god. Trinex does a 3-heart damage to FaZe. Oh. But has the fairy. Okay.
Even at red mail, this starts. Okay. Oh, that's blue mail still. All right. Oops. Oh yeah.
Oh no.
Yep.
And that's another death from Ravis. Ooh. Honestly, Faker Jr., you know, probably not happy about having to burn that blue potion, but having that blue potion has made such a difference. Because at this rate, Faker Jr. is just building time.
Team Hime not having a great time with this Trinex fight either, though. So. Hermit doing his best to try to take out this final head. There we go.
Does do it and is going to save that little bit of magic. Did Kermit skip the bottle in TR? Oh no.
He has at least one bottle. There was a bottom on the swamp.
Oh, true, but did not have a fairy or anything, and Kermit's bailing. Okay, Kermit's gonna go get safety.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm a little shocked to see if they don't have that bottle from front of TR. Like, it was free, it was right there, it was right along the way. Why not just grab it? But
no, Kermit does have 2 bottles. Okay.
Okay. Unfortunately, FaZe on such low health there, so.
Yeah, and so here's the big piece of this. Right now, Faker Jr. dropping into Ganon, and we've got 3 runners still facing off with Ice Trinex.
FaZe takes another death. Oh no. Okay, chat, I hope you see why runners don't like Ice Trinex. Because Rave is also taking a death against Ice Trinex. Oh boy.
And yeah, you've got all 3 of our runners saying goodbye to GT for a moment, unfortunately. That's really unfortunate. What was on Old Man?
I don't know.
Was that like our armor upgrade or a heart? Because a 7th heart for FaZe actually is a huge deal. Oh, and we missed it. Faker Jr. must have gotten those silvers in GT. I was so transfixed by the Trinex fights that I missed silvers in the climb.
Yeah, makes sense. But all right, Faker Jr. First one done. Get your GGs and chats. We're still far from done though. We got 3 more runners have to get through Ice Trinex. This race is not over with yet.
Yeah. But the clock is ticking. So here's the thing. Kermit or Ravis, whichever one of them finishes first, is a huge deal right now because that's the mark. Like right now, so we had Faker Jr. finish with a 1:24.37. Every second that it takes for one of Team Hime to finish is an added bit of time, you know, that FaZe could finish behind their 3rd place member. Like, that's a huge gap right now.
Mm-hmm.
And thank you to Yoinker's wife on that, pointing that out. Silvers were left chest of mini Helma room.
Oh. Free.
Yeah, right. No, completely free. After everything else with that seed, sure. Free silvers.
Yeah.
So yeah, each of our runners kind of took their own way to what they feel they need safety-wise. FaZe getting a couple of fairies and a heart container. Kermit going for a potion refill. I think Ravis did similarly. Like, each runner was like, okay, this is what I need. And unfortunately, like, for Hime, it's just... there's a lot of time into this now.
And also note that FaZe now does have 7 hearts, so there wasn't a heart on the Old Man.
Yeah, that Old Man heart was really quite a big deal. To your question, Oro, like, FaZe went back during... I don't remember when exactly, but yeah.
I think it was like
right after Ice or something.
Yeah. All right. Okay, both runners of Team Hime into the Trinex fight now. Also note the ice rod does do damage to the firehead.
Yeah, the hard part is you have to do. No, what it is that the fire rod damage or the ice rod damage to the firehead requires you to have it already frozen. What you see with something like the fire rod is it is splash damage, and that's why sometimes the ice head takes less hits with swords. And Ravis is into phase 2.
Just gotta survive. Okay, he's got a potion. He should be fine.
Yep. I feel pretty good, comfortable on his end at this point.
There we go.
And down goes Ice Trinex for Ravis.
Okay, Kermit now into phase 2.
There's a fairy use for FaZe. Going to give him full health, so he'll be back to 3-hit.
There we go. Kermit takes out Trinex.
And there's the second fairy now for FaZe.
Oh no. Oh no.
Oof. Real unfortunate there.
Yeah.
That's the thing. Like we talk about the time, and we said, Faker Jr. that 124.37, really strong. Right now, there are 6 minutes already between Faker and Ravis. Of course, FaZe is unaware of that, but all Faker Jr. can really do, and it's really difficult, is just, try to reassure FaZe that, like, hey, everything's good, just keep doing what you're doing. Honestly, I think if I was a little bit, I want to say Faker got at least a heart container or 2 in Hookshot Cave. And there's definitely part of me that's like, man, I wish FaZe would go for those hearts in Hookshot Cave as well.
Mm-hmm. Oh, sweetheart, Phil. Okay. Oh my
That's
goodness.
8 hearts now. Honestly, I will say on the question of the magic refill, the one thing I would have considered is picking up the right side magic. There's that full magic decanter in the torches room.
Oh, not checking the. Did not check the mini mold arm chest. Not gonna get silvers. This is the moment of like, don't check anything, just go. We had to try to beat our opponents, so.
Yeah, you're already looking and you're like, okay, Faker's been done for 9 minutes almost. Like, there's a 10-minute difference coming from Faker to Ravis.
Yep. Alright, FaZe. Back into the Trinex fight. The problem is with the ice rod too is that head likes to move around a lot, and the ice rod comes out so slow sometimes. There we go.
Down goes the firehead. Okay. Part 1 done. Okay, that's going to be our first fairy. Meanwhile, Ravis just took down Aga 2.
Uh-oh.
Yep, ran out of magic.
Yeah. Oh boy. Hey.
But here we go, Ravis dropping into his Ganon fight. Okay, Ravis through phase 1 and 2 of Ganon. Kermit coming into the Aga 2 fight. Aga 2 down for Kermit. Meanwhile, Phase just about to re-enter Ganon's tower. Just another spin or two, I think, for Ravis here. And there we go. Get your GGs in chat for Ravis. What is the difference, folks, for time? And Ravis crossing the bridge with an official race time of 1:36:55. That is a 12 minute and 18-second difference between Faker Jr. and Ravis. So that's going to be our dividing line here. So, and that 12 minutes doesn't really start ticking until Kermit crosses the bridge, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
So,
It should be about done here. I think it's just one more spin to go. Nope. Just one more spin to go. I lied. Don't listen to me. I'm an idiot. All right. There it is. All right.
there we go. Kermit, that is going to be our first team done in Team Hime, but that is not a victory yet for anybody. This race is still going, folks. Kermit gonna cross that bridge with an official race time of 1:38:53. And here we go, folks. The time to beat for FaZe is 1:51:11.
That's almost 2 minutes right past his teammate. Like exactly. 1:38:53.65. Alright. Let's root for FaZe here.
Okay, there's the blue potion.
So has the fairy.
There goes the second head.
You just gotta somehow stay alive. I mean, it has a fairy.
We got the fairy.
Using those iframes as much as possible. Oh no!
And there we go. Ice Trinix is dead. The last sliver of health and the last little bit of magic and health, and phases through Ice Trinix.
Wow. It's another heart container. Oh my goodness. Alright. Alright, that's the hard part.
Now we just gotta, climb GT when, the first room decides, just guards. If we were hurting for money, great stun prize right now.
Oh, this room is not going to be kind.
No, and unfortunately, there we go. There's that anti-fairy.
All right. Just got to make it to the safety room.
Okay, bringing out that bug net. We are going to catch some fairies here. Honestly, at this point, don't blame anybody for bringing out the tools. As we said, folks, we believe the time to beat here is 1:51:11. FaZe definitely has the time to do this.
Not sure that's where FaZe wanted to use that fairy, but
I mean, we got a second. It's okay. And I will say the Landmo 2 boss fight, you know, we're so fixated on how difficult Ice Trinex is. Landmo 2, it takes a boss that is not terribly difficult and gives it that Medusa head, and that Medusa head really can change things. Okay, through Wizrobes 2 now.
and yeah, any fairy, please. Yes, thank you. To the Torches room, see. Probably gonna grab those silvers. There it is. They kind of relatively friendly moth fight here, so shouldn't be too bad. This is getting really close.
Yeah, I think we've still got about 3.5 minutes. A little less than 3.5 minutes now entering Aga. Decent Aga 2 there for FaZe. And here we go. We are heading off to Ganon, folks.
Tell you what, those silvers might make a difference here.
And yeah, we got our 2-minute warning for phase.
Still has to be careful here now.
Yeah, I was gonna say a death here, I think, would seal it for Hime. But it looks like we're through phase 2.
Okay.
Oh my gosh, how did we not take a bat there? There's our first silver. Gonna set up for that double triple here. That nice setup. And gets only the double, but perfectly set up for that last arrow. Get your GGs in chat for phase of Motte, bashen, who with this bridge cross should seal the win for Team Motte, bashen. GGs to everybody today.
Yeah.
Here we go. Phase finishing with an official race time of 1:50:38.
That's... for two teams that are out of the playoff contention, that was a fun race to watch. GG's to both teams.
Yeah, GG's to everybody involved with this one. I see I see all 4 of our runners down in the waiting room and starting to come up here. We are now joined by, we've got Ravis, we've got FaZe, we've got Kermit, and we've got Faker Jr. GG's everybody. Oh my gosh.
Cow.
GG's.
So is everybody kind of calmed a bit now? Or
No. Fair.
Holy moly.
Yeah.
I mean, FaZe, I'm gonna ask the obvious question here. Safeties, having those 2 bottles, getting those fairies a lot. I do want to ask, of course, about the half magic early. I think it's great that you picked it up, because that ice Trinix for everybody, not having that would have been rough.
Yeah. So the thing was, Faker Jr. did Eastern earlier and did all the chests. And when I went to Pot Eastern, I asked, do I have to open anything in Eastern? And he said, no, just big key chest for the big key and then the boss. And I'm like, all right. And then as I was struggling in Maya, I was thinking, wait, didn't you say that half magic is in Eastern? Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And then I was like, yeah, thanks for telling me. And then later I remember that the red mail was also there.
Oh no.
So yeah. Would have been nice to have those.
Yeah, that 2-hit Trinex fight is not.
Yeah.
Oof.
Holy moly. I think I've only ever had 2 ice Trinex in my life before. And neither of them with so low equipment. 6 hearts blue mail.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Thankfully, you found the swords where you did. Too bad they came a little late, but we get that one in Mire and the one in Swamp. The Swamp one was fairly easy to get to. It was just out of the way, but you had to go to cutscene chest for that one in Mire. But
yeah.
And yeah, chat point now. Very similar collection rates between the 3 brothers that are finished, that are on the end screen right now. And we're gonna get a quick check of the phases here in just a moment. But yeah, what were your thoughts going into the seed? Just how do you feel about Randomizer overall as a race mode, as a mode that you play? And is it something that you look forward to? Is it something you're like, I don't want to do it, but this league I have to do it? What are your thoughts?
I like it way more than entrance and key modes, so I'm fine with Randomizer. That's why I had to play both of the races as well, and 2C could sit out. So yeah, the races were fine, honestly. Like this race was also fine. Like it's a bummer that both seats were kind of terrible for us. Like some bad things happened. Yesterday was Catfish last location again, and yeah, left side swamp stuff. But yeah, this time Ray unfortunately didn't have Quake for Turtle Rock on the first trip up the mountain, and we both didn't get silvers. That would have probably won us the race there.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, Faker did Ice Try next first try, so they also deserved the win, I guess.
Yeah.
But yeah, Randomizer's fun, in my opinion.
Yeah. It can be fun, like it challenges your ability to adapt to the screens that you see and use the items that you have at your disposal. So it's pretty cool, but sometimes you get some really awful things. I remember last year our first Randomizer race required to go through Dark Cross with only Fire Rod. That was pretty nasty.
That's yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it said logic. I mean, you got to do it, right?
Yep.
Yeah. I mean, early routes though too. Like, you all got the early knowledge about the glove on Desert Ledge, and then you go south after Aga to find the book in the Cave 45. You're like, oh look, I can go get that glove now, and then. Faker Jr. ends up going to Pod and finding the other glove in Pod. And you're like, well, so I guess both routes would have worked out fairly well for both of you.
Yeah. We were a bit worried that it might not have been an Aga seat if one glove was in Sora area. Because yesterday our race also had a glove on Sora Ledge that we both sequence broke and were able to skip Aga that way. But today it was not required.
Faye's trying to do the water walk up to Zora there, got sniped by one of the enemies in the water, had yeah.
Then like a 45-second waiting. Great change. But yeah, we felt that the seed was going pretty well for us routing wise. Then it was just going to fighting the hookshot, and then we were not sure where to go. And I was just telling Faker that I'm struggling here. Just go and go search. You will find it. Yeah, not having half magic or red mail really hurt me in Mario 2.
Yeah, all in all. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
No, I just wanted to agree that Maya was pretty terrible.
Yeah. I was there with Fighter Sword, Blue Mail, 5 hearts or something. Single magic. I was struggling my way through the entire time. It's not fun.
GG, so you got, what are your overall thoughts on the whole league season as a whole? What are your thoughts on the league? How it went this year for you guys?
I've participated in 7 races and lost all of them, so I would say it was pretty abysmal for us, and I kind of cost us everything. So yeah. Don't know about the other guys, but for me it was like the worst experience this time, because you always feel bad if you lose and lose and lose, and yeah, 7 losses is pretty terrible.
Yeah. But it's
just
a team
goes
game.
it just goes to show you how. Yeah. But you're both safe from relegation though, so we'll see you in the Invitational League next year.
that was the minimal goal.
I think that is a general conceit. If you'll ask a lot of invitational teams, they'll say, yeah, just please not relegation. So I understand completely.
Yeah.
But yeah, any other thoughts from any of our runners today before we start to close up on this one?
No, just GG to Team Hime again for the close races. Especially this one. And yeah, we have a few more days of Randomizer madness to watch. And yeah, thanks for the restream also. Yesterday it couldn't happen, but I'm sure you had some fun watching this madness.
This was a fun one.
Yeah,
That's
all for me.
Yeah, man. Yep. And thanks to our racers again, and thanks to our trackers, Nerva Deutsche and Fishy Boo for tracking, and Jesse, thanks for co-comment. Always a pleasure.
Yeah. Unfortunately, it looks like commands are not working. So, but as we said, do make sure to give our runners a follow. FaZe, Faker Jr., Ravis, and Kermit for putting on such a great show today. In terms of action coming up, there is actually a race happening right now over on SpeedGaming. That one is about half an hour in. It's the spoilers versus We All Should Hover Every Day. I will tell you, this one does have playoff implications. Spoilers need a win, I believe, to get their playoff spot clinched. Washed already has their spot in the playoffs set up. So still some stuff to play for in that one. I will also point out tonight, we've got Bagon Pot versus Bolas Azulis. That's going to be on SG2. Slumberjack and Don Veneer versus Matt Cap and Red Kitsune. There are some relegation implications on that one for sure. Also at 6:10, Potato Pouch versus Rando Kids. Ham and Magno versus Vextifer and Mr. Aaron Snurd. 8:10 p.m. Bottles on Empty versus Terranigma is a great game. Maniacal and Ninjembro versus Superman Taylor and Recidador. And then the last race tonight, 10:10 p.m. on SpeedGaming, we've got Beats from the East and Oops All Foxes, Homemade Beer and Moogle Charm versus Chloe Prower and Adalor. So a lot of seeding and other stuff going on with all those races tonight. So do recommend watching those if you got a chance. And of course, if you are interested in helping out with commentary or tracking, it takes a village to make sure that all this gets to happen and these races get put on. So if you're able to and interested in helping, do please reach out and join the league Discord and we can get you all set up. But with that, have a great rest of your Wednesday, and thank you again for hanging out on this one. Bye, everybody.
Bye.